I'm Gail Kouame, the Chair of Research and Education Services at the Greenblatt Library. On today's Library on Demand, I'm going to give you a short introduction to some of the resources the library provides that give you information about drugs and pharmacology. We will look first at how to access books, either online or in print. Then we'll take a look at a couple of databases and end with a library webpage that links out to a variety of web-based drug information resources. To begin, we're going to start at the Greenblatt Library homepage to discover how we can find books about pharmacology. Books are great for overall background type information. You will see a link. I'm going to click here and go off to the web page, and you'll see from the web page there's a link here to the library catalog. Once in the catalog, go to the Advanced Search feature. This way we can set some parameters for our search. We're going to select the drop-down here on the left-hand side and select in Subject and type in pharmacology. We're also going to select a publication date of the last 10 years and the format of books. And we'll go ahead and execute our search with these parameters. The resulting list is sorted in relevancy order with the most relevant at the top. We can also sort by date, showing the newest first and then going back in time chronologically. So I just did that by clicking on the arrow next to sorted by. So we now have Davis's Drug Guide for Nurses at the top of our list. This is an online book, so you see this green button that says Online Access. In order to see the full book, we want to click on the View It link under the book's information here. And then we can click View Full Text, which will take us off to the full electronic book. You can see the table of contents here, where you can browse the table of contents, or you can scroll on the right-hand side of this particular book. I'm going to close that tab and let you know that if this had been a print book, you could click on the Get It link and it would show you where the book is shelved within the library so that you could go get it and retrieve it. Do realize that if you click on the View Full Text link for the electronic books, if you're off campus, you may be prompted for your JAGNet ID and password, which are the same that you use for your email. Now that we've seen how to access book, let's look at some drug-specific databases. The flagship drug database that we provide at the Greenblatt Library is Micromedics. We can access it from the library's homepage, and it is linked from the Quick Links box in the center of the page. You can also access it by going to View All Databases and scrolling down to it alphabetically. But let's click on it directly. Again, if you are off campus, you will be prompted to log in. Once you've clicked on the Micromedics link, click on the top button that says Micromedics. This will take you to the section of the database where you can access the drug monographs. Drug monographs contain a lot of very helpful information. From within Micromedics, you can see there are several options for searching or browsing for information. Let's start by using the default search box, and we're going to type in amoxicillin. As you can see, you can get a lot of good information here, starting with adult dosing for different uses. Note the table of contents along the left-hand side of the page. We can use that to jump to a specific piece of information, such as FDA uses for the drug, non-FDA uses for the drug, precautions, adverse effects, and so on. Another nice feature of Micromedics is that it gives you information about drug interactions. There are two ways you can go about getting this information. From the drug monograph, you will see a link to drug interactions. From here, you will see a table listing drug interactions of note, starting with those that have a major adverse interaction. You can also see that there are ways to learn if the drug has any allergy concerns, adverse interactions with foods, alcohol, and so on. The other way to find interactions information is to click on drug interactions from the gray bar at the top of the page. If you want to look up interactions between specific drugs or drugs and food, we can use this utility. So let's look up amoxicillin, and we're going to add it to the box to the right by highlighting it and clicking the right arrow. And let's also look at orthotricycline. And we'll just choose the first one, move it over to the right with the right arrow, and then we want to go ahead and click on Submit. And here you will see the drug-drug interaction information comes up first. It tells us that this is a minor severity interaction and that concurrent use of amoxicillin and contraceptions may result in decreased effectiveness of the contraceptive. It also is giving us some information about contraceptives and food, specifically here grapefruit juice and also caffeine. It also talks about the amoxicillin and effects on possible lab results, drug interactions with tobacco, pregnancy, lactation. So this is a really handy utility to be aware of in micromedics. The last feature of micromedics that I'd like to point out is the drug ID feature. This is where you can type in the imprint from a pill and determine what it is. Let's say we found a pill on the floor and we're not sure what it is. The imprint number is 93-3109. We're going to go ahead and type that in here and click on search. And we'll learn that this is amoxicillin according to the results that we see. We can click on the drug name to get more information. And here it is. And to get the full monograph that we were looking at before, we can click on amoxicillin in the related documents option. And we're back to what we were looking at before. So that's a quick tour of micromedics. Another resource for drug monographs is Access Medicine. It is also linked from the Greenblatt Library homepage in the Quick Links box in the center. Access Medicine provides access to a lot of great electronic books, but it also has drug information. Once again, if you are off campus, you will be prompted to log in with your JAGNet ID. Look at the gray banner above the search box. There you will see a link that says drugs. Let's stick with our amoxicillin example. Once we click on drugs, we can simply scroll alphabetically, or we can put our drug name in the search box. Let's do that instead of scrolling. When we click on the drug we want, which is amoxicillin, we'll get a drug monograph similar to what we saw in micromedics. But in Access Medicine, there are also pill images. The table of contents across the top of the content page is much like what we saw in micromedics. The content itself is not quite as extensive, though. One other feature of Access Medicine you may want to note are under the Multimedia menu in the gray banner. In terms of drug-related information, you'll see that there is a series of pharmacology lectures that you can view. I think some of you might find these very helpful. The last resource I'd like to share with you today is a set of links to web-based information that is available from multiple reputable sources. Again, we will use the Greenblatt Library's homepage to start from. Click on the Resources link in the gray navigation pane on the left-hand side of the page. From there, under Selected Topics, you want to choose Drug Information. There are a variety of information resources here, from those targeted to professionals to others aimed more at consumers, as well as information about clinical trials. You'll note there are several links also to information about herbs and herbal supplements, another topic of interest for those interested in drug-related information. Thank you for your time in learning about drug information resources. There will be another Library on Demand session about searching the literature for drug-related information, so watch for that opportunity. And thanks again.